Possibly Adrian Carr of the Green Party of Canada might have something to say on this issue.
Indeed, I think we led the other parties in terms of our climate vision prior to the last election. Look, we are a country that has now become a pariah, a literal pariah on the global stage because we have failed to meet our obligations to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and we signed an agreement to do that in the form of the Kyoto Accord. There are people around the world questioning what is going on in Canada. It actually just didn't start recently. The Liberals, when in power, had the chance. The science was there. It was clear. Climate change is the compelling issue of our time, and didn't do anything to bring down emissions, and emissions continue to rise. Prior to the last election, the Green Party did put out a call for a comprehensive climate plan, one that would deliver results in Canada, and that would go about it in a way that took the easiest, lowest hanging fruit first, which is save energy, conserve energy, and then develop the renewables. That's the future economy of this world. It is not in ramping up fossil fuels. There's been a change in leadership within the Liberal Party, and I have to be clear, Mr. Ignatieff has called the tar sands a development project, an engine of our economy that we need to be proud of. Mr. Layton, too, along with Mr. Ignatieff now, failed to take advantage of the best tools like a carbon tax, which is equitable, easy to implement, and would derive benefit to taxpayers rather than rewarding the large corporations in terms of providing money to them.
Thank you, Adrian.
But we have a plan. We're the only party that's really clear about it.
Thank you. Travis McRae of the Pirate Party of Canada.
So, I first and foremost, I'm an environmental activist, and I always put that front because I know that without an environment, we cannot have an economy. We can't move forward on anything if we're dead. That's a good way to start us off. So, yeah, I'm always for looking at the way to use renewable energy sources. I'm not going to be one of those people who jump on the bandwagon now because of Japan and say all nuclear energy is bad. There are arguments on both sides. I don't know how I stand, and I'm okay with telling you guys that I don't know. I'm going to look at both sides of the issue, and I'm okay with that. I want to make sure that when we do develop nuclear energy, it's safe and that it doesn't hurt people, and we have the risks minimized. So, what we're going to be doing for our future as far as our environment, I can't make any statement. I don't think anyone can make any statement, but we do need to move forward in a clean way, and that's something I will always do. I will always protect our environment because we need to live.
Thank you very much. I think that's an incontrovertible statement. We cannot move forward if we are dead. I was going to throw that out to the panel, but I think we'll take it as given.
Consensus.
Yes, consensus, ladies and gentlemen. We've found consensus. It's a beautiful moment here. Next thing we're going to talk about is healthcare. You know, it got a lot of attention when all of a sudden the Tim Hortons was turned into an intensive care unit in the Lower Mainland, and then that led to the new slogan from Tim Hortons, "I see you at Tim's," which was clever. So my question to you, why is Tim Hortons coffee so damn popular? I don't like it myself. The question here, I want to get the candidates to talk about the key components of their healthcare platform, and this time I'm going to start with Eddie Pry of Liberal Party.
Thank you. Liberals are the party that way back in 1966 brought in Medicare and continue to bring in the Canada Health Act to support it under Pay Trudeau. It is something that we believe firmly in is a core and most important part of the infrastructure of Canada, and actually most Canadians think it's a core value of Canada, Medicare. Now, how can we, people have been saying healthcare is not sustainable. We do not believe that. We think it's time to change the way we deliver care. Actually, we need to move people out of having care only in a hospital. Hospitals should be for intensive care only and acute care, and people should be able to have home care, so we're bringing in a home care plan. We're bringing in a long-term care strategy so that people can be in institutions outside of a hospital. It's cheaper, it's effective, and it creates better quality of care. That money can then be reinvested into healthcare. We're looking at helping people with the cost of drugs. That's an important thing, especially seniors. So a catastrophic pharmacare plan is what we're bringing back. We brought all these in the 2006 election, and we didn't win it, so I guess We need to think about bringing it back in, and we are. And we're going to renegotiate, the 2014 Health Accord that Paul Martin put $43 billion into in 2004. And we're going to look at mental health and how we have ignored that completely. And that's going to be a part of our negotiation with the provinces in the 2014.
Thank you, Dr. Fry. Pass the microphone along, I think, to, oh, sure, okay, Michael Beautiful of the Canadian Progressive Party.
The Progressive Canadian Party believes in the Canada Health Act and believes in retaining a publicly funded healthcare system for Canadians. We do not believe in the initiatives that might lead to privatization of our healthcare system. We believe that funding from the federal government should be restored to to the levels of the early and mid 90s. We believe that the federal government should stop offloading costs to the provinces regarding healthcare. I personally believe that it is also important to conduct regular reviews of hospital management and of healthcare system management in order to find administrative savings. But fundamentally, yes, the principle that our party believes in is that the Canada Health Act must be upheld.
Thank you. Adrian Carr of the Green Party.
Yeah, the Green Party is absolutely unequivocal in our support for universal public health care and to not allow the erosion of that system through increasing privatization. It should not be how much you have in terms of money that determines your access and the quality of the care you get. I want to point out something that some of you might not know. That erosion has been going on for a while, and it was in fact in British Columbia, because the provinces deliver health care, that privatized the first clinic, the Canby Clinic, to fast-track WCB cases. So be sure you know your research in terms of how that's happening. We believe in keeping it public. We believe that it's important to look at costs. One of the biggest issues on people's minds are how are we going to continue to pay for health care? It's almost 50% of provincial budgets now, and 50% of that is pharmacare. So prevention is critical. That means including some good solid alternative therapies that can really make difference in quality of life and keeping people healthy. And it means getting the toxins out of our environment. We have a cancer epidemic for good reason.
Thank you, Adrian. Travis McCrae, Clark.
Okay, so I think I mentioned something about drug patents killing people. That's going to be the core of my healthcare change. Get rid of drug patents. We can reduce the cost of healthcare in general. That immediately takes the overhead off. Now we've started with one semi-unpopular thing with somebody. Now I'm going to mention one other one that I'm okay with. I'm okay with raising taxes if it involves people being alive and being healthy. Yes, we have so many wasteful expenditures out there that we don't need to raise taxes. We don't need $30 billion worth of fighter jets that don't even protect Arctic sovereignty. We don't need them probably even still. There's lots of money that we waste. However, there's lots of money that we waste, and we could probably fund a lot more healthcare if we just stopped wasting money in places that we don't need it. But on the flip side of that, if we still cut all of our costs and we still need money for healthcare, there might be a chance that I would propose raising taxes. And not by a lot, just enough to